because I called the DJ up. I'm like, hey man, everything good for this weekend? He's like, oh, that's right. Your wedding's this weekend. So he is talking to his wife on FaceTime, but he's signing while he's driving.
This can't be real.
It is 100% real.
Welcome back to Critical Banter, the podcast that brings a Friday drinks chat to you. This week's episode, we have a couple of quizzes on a couple of the files that have come out recently. But before that, throughout the week, we got me and Miguel, we have Senny.
Yo.
And by the grace of God, Sen, we have a third member finally. We have Ro, now a married man. Welcome back, Ro. How are you?
G'day.
Yeah, wow. Show the camera your ring.
Boys, electric, back from the honeymoon. I want to run us through, because you guys told a couple of yarns last week about the marriage, or the wedding, I should say. You told it from a guest perspective.
Yeah.
Now, let me give you, I want to kind of compare tales, because it's obviously my perspective.
Yeah.
And for most of it, as you said, Sen, I'm not in the picture.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing what's happening.
True.
I've got other business to attend to. So, week leading up to the wedding, wedding Saturday, I decide to take off from Wednesday onwards. So I got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to get kind of like the affairs in order.
Yeah.
And so, well, first of all, I was looking at the weather like almost every day, like multiple times. So now I know that the bomb has 2 checks a day, one in the morning and one at 4 p.m.
Oh, really?
So you get an updated, weather update essentially, right?
Like the sports grounds.
It's like the sports grounds, right? If you ever check those, it's the same thing. But I'm stressed out because it's like, 6 days out, it would say it's like 38 degrees and beautifully sunny. Then it would be like 23 and like all rain. So like, make up your mind, right? So that's getting into my head. And then we decided to do this thing where we would like write a letter to like everyone on the table. And I'm sitting here like, well, surely this is just a chatty G job. My partner's like, no, it has to be personal. So here I am slaving away 2 days before like writing all these letters.
You only decided to do that 2 days before.
Well, we decided to do it ages ago, but we only had time to start doing it 2 days. So I was like doing like math in my head. If each letter takes 5 minutes and there's 160 guests, like how many hours am I writing for? So it took significant length of time. But then the main cause of stress, I would say, was the DJ actually. So I ring, like obviously I had sorted the DJ out like well in advance.
Yeah, obviously. But
I was like, I'll just give all the vendors a ring just to like, make sure that everyone's got their affairs in order for the weekend at hand, For them, it's just a gig. For me, I'm doing this once in my life, you know what I mean? So like, I think I'm like quite a control freak when it comes to stuff like this because I was very paranoid. And then some may say rightfully so, because I called the DJ up. I'm like, hey man, everything good for this weekend? He's like, oh, that's right. Your wedding's this weekend. I'm like, what are you talking about? And so the DJ was also supposed to sort the mics as well. So I was like, oh.
Like the sound system.
The sound system, right? So I was like, oh, like just confirming we got all the, the mic set up. He's like, oh, did you want wired or wireless? I'm like, has this not been, and I was rattled at that time. So I was like, wireless, obviously. Who wants a wired mic?
Is this your first wedding, brother?
Anyway, so that was in my head. And I was like, oh, well, okay, well, now I'm going to make potentially other arrangements for the DJ. So that's like all in my head. And then comes Friday night and we have like some sort of like, we have some like family and stuff over for like a dinner that we hosted. We get there and then Varian, my brother, he's looking at what he packed.
Yeah.
This bloke's forgot his wedding shoes. Black shoes, nowhere to be found.
Good stuff, Varun. Good stuff.
So I'll put this to you in the audience, right? Varun blames my other brother, Nick.
Of course.
For him forgetting the wedding shoes.
As it is right.
I'll give you the situation and you tell me which of my brothers are in the wrong. Okay. So Nick has in his closet, his suit, Varun's suit, his shoes, Varun's shoes.
Okay.
Nick has picked up his suit and Varun's suit and only his shoes. And Varun has assumed that Nick has picked up all 4 of them. Right? So that is the situation. Who is at fault?
Man, this is a tale of wisdom. The older brother here, double check the vendors. Varun should be double checking the shoes.
So you think it's on Varun?
It's your gear, regardless of whose closet, whose whatever. Double check you got your gear, mate.
Okay.
Pass that lesson on down to him, man.
I think it's on Bindu and Biju for having 3 boys. No, that's Nick for sure.
You reckon?
I assume Nick knew that Varun was putting his stuff in there, so that it was implied that he would be bringing all of it.
But is it implied?
I feel like it is.
It's your monkey, your circus.
If you remember
mate, check
to bring
your
the
gear.
suit, I feel like you can remember to bring the shoes as well.
So Nick probably looked out at the thing. Oh, dude, not enough hands.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll just leave that there. So there was big debate actually. Varun was blaming Nick was blaming Varun, like bang.
Who's blaming?
What if I were to say they're both to blame?
Yeah, they're both to blame, to be honest. Whose fault
Nick
was
should have
it?
brought them. Varun should have checked.
So I think everyone thinks it's Nick's fault.
Yeah.
Right? No, sorry. Everyone thinks it's Varun's fault for like, because as Mick said, if it's your stuff, you make sure that it's there. But Nick has been, like, as I just mentioned in the, like previously when I was talking about my other stories around like the bucks and stuff like that, I got both my brother as the groomsmen and then three other clowns as well. And Nick apparently was not doing a whole lot for the bucks.
Right.
So I think everyone was just ready to lay into him. It's
okay.
So he got demoted from best man to like medium man. That was his nickname apparently.
That's what I heard when I walked in on Friday. He's now mid-man.
I heard don't call him mid-man. It'll rattle a few feathers.
I think he was actually rattled. So that happened there. And then we had to call up some people to go get the shoes from the house because they were coming on the Saturday.
Oh, okay. That's all fine.
So it was all well.
Wait, how'd they get into your house, though?
So,
Tell us all how we get into your house, bro.
Well, you know how like there's no keys in my house. We're a keyless house.
That's what I thought so.
We got the
It's
fingerprint scanner
yeah.
on the doorknob.
So how does that work?
So if you want, you can generate like on top of the fingerprint scanner, there's like a pin pad. So you can generate like a one-time
code.
Oh,
Yeah.
OTC.
OTC. So if you want to,
You have two-factor authentication on your door.
No, we have one-factor authentication. But if you have a guest or if your fingerprint's not working,
choose another way to sign in.
Choose another way to sign in. So if you
That's crazy technology for your door.
It's a great system.
That is cool.
You know what I mean? Like you don't have to leave your keys with anyone. Like you don't have to put it under a rock. You just send the OTP through and off you go.
Yeah, can you send me where you guys got the system from? That's pretty cool. It's so gnarly.
It's pretty good.
Anyway, so that's sorted.
So that's Friday done. Then comes Saturday,
The main event.
the big day. We're getting ready. Like, oh no, we're about to get ready. And then I realized I forgot the cufflinks. I'm like, oh, here we go. So these are the things, like small things, small things go wrong. And meanwhile, everyone's like stressing. I'm calling like the boys. I'm like, hey, can you just go find some cufflinks? So he's going to like store by store by store.
And this is like at 12 p.m., isn't it?
This is at 12 p.m. Right.
For a wedding at 3 p.m.
We've got plenty of time. Right? I don't want to tell you, it's a 10-minute drive. And so we get the cufflinks. That was like really the only thing that was like a major issue. Oh, not really a major issue, just an issue. But then like, so the wedding's at 3, told everyone to come at 2:30. I was like, oh, we'll get there at 2:30. My like family and family friends had like decided to like put like some flowers and ribbons on a car. And they were really worried that like the flowers would fly off. So they were driving at 40 when the speed limit was like 90. That's why we were so late.
Oh, right.
So when you said we did like a random walk, because we were supposed to be there before you guys arrived.
Yeah.
So we were running late and then like, the car's driving at 40 k's an hour and I'm sweating. Like I actually, that was actually making me quite paranoid. And then, we walk in.
Why didn't you tell them just to
Hit
put
the
a bit of,
gas.
No, they're like,
fuck your flowers.
That's what in my head, that's what I was thinking. But they're like, no, it'll be nice. So whatever. Anyways, get to the thing. And then that was it. Job done. But then
What about the, where does the Etsy witch fit into all this?
I didn't think we ended up doing the Etsy witch.
I thought you did.
Oh, I didn't. Maybe Cindy did.
Yeah, that's what I heard that she did.
Oh, she did do it.
I believe so.
Yeah, so there's an Etsy witch. Well, there's a witch on Etsy, multiple witches apparently, who apparently they you pay them $20 and they do some rain dance to make the rain go away. But apparently they didn't.
I mean, it worked, didn't it?
Yeah, it worked. But then
Didn't it rain day before and day after?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So
we're pinning out on the witch, are we?
could be.
No way.
What about the bump-in situation with Rav? We had to drop the gear at the. Did he tell you this story? I'm vaguely remembering this story, so I'm hoping you remember.
Well,
it properly.
so basically on Friday, you talking about Friday?
Yeah.
So on Friday, like we have like all this gear that we need to go and set up at the reception venue. But the problem is like, I don't know. We just rocked up at 2:00 because they said, we'll be here from like 12 till 3, so you can do whatever setup you need. And so we get all the, vases and the candles and stuff, and we start deciding to kind of help out. But then the people at the start, like the staff at the venue were so unhelpful. Like they were so, like, oh no, we need to go now. I was like, well, you said we can go from 12 till 3.
Yeah.
I was like, well, we're going to be here till 3 o'clock. And they're trying to get us out at 2:45. I was like, no, man, we got to, because I wanted to.
Vital to have these 15 minutes.
It is. I wanted to get everything, because like, I wanted to just make sure that everything was sorted the day before, so I don't have to worry on the day. So I was like, I was actually felt bad because I was quite rude to them, to be honest. Like I gave them a spray.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, I didn't like it. But then the Saturday comes along, mate, all well and good. It was interesting hearing from your perspective, though, I got to say.
How about the chicken tikka skewers?
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize chicken tikka skewers were liquid. Like I thought it was a dry rub, to be honest. But whatever, my hand is up. That's on me. But then, yeah. So the main thing is like now the DJ. This is the DJ debacle, which I think the stories that you wanted to tell last week.
Which was the story. So I think we had. I don't even remember what part we said, but we finished. This is actually at the same time when the chicken tikka skewers were coming out. So right after the ceremony, and then one of the groomsmen comes up to me and says, hey, the DJ was meant to be there at 5. There was an accident on the M1. He's going to get there at 5:55.
Yeah. Reception starts at 6.
6 on the dot. And then he's like, well, we have a spare DJ deck in like one of the other houses. You might have to go set it up. And I'm like, brother, I don't know how to fucking set up a normal deck, let alone DJ decks. Like, I don't know what to do here. So anyway, there was like 10 minutes of panic there. And then he comes back. He's like, all right, he's taking an alternate route. He should actually get there at 5:45. And I'm like, well, that's enough time for him to set up a DJ deck, right? So then we went over to the reception venue and, I guess about 5:30, 5:40. And I rounded up like 5 or 6 of the boys and I said, this bloke's going to rock up in like 5 minutes. You guys need to run, pick up all this shit and like set it up in the reception hall. And so they do that. So he rocks up. So I see the boys all running and helping and grabbing like speakers and decks and whatnot. And then at the same time, I get a message from one of the bridesmaids saying, hey, can we hold off starting by another 20 minutes because we're running late? Well, in one mind, I was like, oh, that's good because the DJ just rocked up. So he probably needs some time to set up. But then on the other hand, all I had ringing through my head was Ro's like one instruction was, I don't care what you do as long as you stick to the run sheet. That was the only instruction Ro gave me. And I was like, well, this is not good. So then I was like, oh, I can't even call Ro because I don't want to stress him out. Yeah. So then I was like, whatever, I'll figure it out. So then we went into the reception hall and then immediately the DJ looks at me and one of our friend Garn and he's like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he points at the table. And I swear to God, Ro, the table was probably the same size as like our cabinet here.
Oh, really?
He's like, how am I meant to put my DJ deck on there? And I'm like, I don't know. You figure it out. Like, what do you want me to do? This is not in my remit. And then luckily Garn was a bit more resourceful and he went outside and you guys had like a photo booth set up. And Garn just basically forced the guy to give us his like foldable table. So we started setting up there. So I was like, whatever, minor setback. And so then at this point, everyone else had left. And it was just me, the DJ and the other MC. And then I just walked over to talk to the staff at the reception. And I agree, they were actually not helpful whatsoever.
Yeah, almost no help.
And then I hear another, Oi, Sen. And I turn around and I'm like, what? And he's like, power. And I'm like, what do you mean, brother? He's like, where's the power thing? And I'm like, I don't know. And then he points up. Yeah. And literally 3 meters up on the fucking ceiling is the PowerPoint thing. And I'm like, well, that's inconvenient. So he looks at me, I look at him, and then I'm like, well, what do we do here? And then we picked up one of the chairs, and then I tried to get on the chair and put it in. And I was still a good meter away from it.
Oh, so you're nowhere near.
Nowhere near. So then I asked the staff, I'm like, hey, do you guys have a ladder? Surely you have a ladder. This must happen all the time. And they bring out a ladder that was shorter than the chair.
Yeah, good. And
luckily at this point, one of Cindy's, I think, cousins or uncles or someone on Cindy's side had just come into the hall just to see what it looked like. And we saw him. And luckily with him, he brought his child. And I looked at Sang looked at the child, I looked at the uncle, and we're like, this has to be done. So he made Cindy's uncle go up the stepladder. He then put his 3-year-old child on his shoulders, and we passed him the electrical cord and said, please, son, plug us in here.
I'm actually shocked that this venue does not have like that. How is this a common thing? Like it did
a PowerPoint in a convenient location.
No, it's just a ladder to solve the issue. Like the PowerPoint
is this the first time they've had a DJ in there? Like where do they normally put the DJ?
Do they expect the DJ to be what her ladder? That was not provided to me.
Battery, bro.
yeah.
And then the final one was we brought the DJ some food and drinks from the cocktail outside, and then at this point I think we had set up. and like it was calm a bit. And so he was just looking around at the venue and admiring it a bit. And he's like, wow, this place is really nice. And then friend of the show, Garn, says, yeah, well, if you liked it so much, you should have come a bit earlier. So at this point, it's like 6:10. So we had run over already. And then the bridesmaids were saying, well, you got to start at 6:20. At this point, the groomsmen had rocked up and they were outside. And so they also came in and gave the DJ a bit of shit as well. So that was like, this poor guy's just copping stress from everyone. And
to be fair, the DJ we knew. Yeah, it's not like some random bloke that we hired that we're just like spraying.
Torching, yeah.
He's like a
friend of a friend
kind of situation.
And then I said because then there was discussions of like, do we start at 6:30, push it even further? So then I went to Nick and I said, you're the delegate right now. You tell me, what do you want to do? Rose said, stick to the run sheet. And he's like, I think what he said was, do whatever you want. Or like, stick. It's like, whatever you need to do. And I'm like, fucking all right. So then I was like, all right, let's just start at 6:20. And so we started 20 minutes late. But then apart from that, it was fine.
It was fine.
But yeah, the DJ, absolute shambles from him. And shambles from the bridal party as well, not to get there on time.
I think because actually what happened was we were taking photos at a separate location in the Hunter Valley Gardens, which is like kind of like I don't know, it's like a gated entrance thing. And we had finished all the, church service there, and they said, yeah, you can come in and take photos there. So we went in there, and then like maybe like 20 minutes later, they're like, all right, well, it's closed now. You got to bounce. I was like, well, no. But the thing is, the Hunter Valley Gardens is so big that you can just go to all these different, like,
and just hide for a bit.
You just hide. So we were just hiding, taking photos. And then eventually they found us and they started escorting us out again for the second time. And then we just sent like the bridesmaids back, the groomsmen back first. And then we were taking some more photos there or thereabouts. Right. So like, that's why we actually ended up being a bit more like late, because we were like doing some sort of escape routine, like Harry Houdini from these Hunter Valley Garden stuff. But apart from that, I mean, like, to be honest, I actually would say 10 out of 10 day.
And it was
like,
good fun.
And you know what? I'll put this out there. Like, I was worried about the like performative nature of a wedding. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've spent all this money, right? And then you're kind of like at the front. And that was actually like, okay, I'll say the worst part of the wedding was like when I was in the church and it was just us at the front and everyone's looking at you. Yeah. That was like one of the most like harrowing experiences of my life. Because like you don't know where to look, to be honest. Because you're just looking at it and like you're like a zoo. You're like an attraction at the zoo, right? So that's what I actually thought it was going to be like.
A couple of animals up there with you as well.
That is true. But I thought that was like the experience of the whole day. Like I thought that's what it was going to feel like. So previously I was worried about this. I was like, oh, do I have to act, do I have to, make a show and dance because like all these people are here. But like I can say like hand on heart, you just go there, you have the wedding and like it's just joy. Like you don't feel like you have to perform or anything like that. Yeah. Like you're just happy. And to be honest, like I was like crying the whole time. Yeah. Like everyone's like, Sydney's parents' speeches, my parents' speeches, her sister's speech, my brother's speech. It was like just breaking me deluxe like the whole time. It's like all the photos. There's like some film photos that come back from the reception and like the church or whatever. Yeah. And it's just me like red eyes, like looking like I've been blazing, up a storm. But yeah, I actually had a good time. And I was always thinking like, people are just coping like, oh, happiest day of your life. Yeah, because you spent like $100,000, But
such a cynical man.
No, but it was really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see how it's not. Like all your closest friends and family.
No, but can't you see like it just feels like performative? Like you're just there it feels like you're on show and everyone expects you to act a certain way. And so I was very worried about those expectations.
Yeah, right.
But day of, turns out you actually do feel like that.
I feel like you're too stressed to be thinking about all that stuff. I mean, I feel like I am going to be.
Before you're stressed, on the day, honestly, no stress. Like it was pretty heavy. We went, mate, dude, I went and smashed like a big brekkie in the morning off.
Didn't you have a tea ceremony the morning off?
Yeah, that was 11. But 9 o'clock we had to have brekkie.
Okay.
So we just went to the local cafe, pumped a big brekkie and I was good to go.
Well, you sent your slaves to go find your cufflinks.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I will say like, the worst job from a wedding party perspective is not the MC, but it's like the partners of the bridesmaids, because there was 3 of them And they were just put to absolute work. Like, big shout out to all those guys, like Jackie Cyrus and Justin. Like, these guys like made the wedding, because the bridesmaids and the groomsmen, they have responsibilities.
Yeah.
You know, the MC has stuff to do.
Yeah.
But like, there needs to be like random, like, you know,
It's the operations people,
Yeah,
the
the
background,
yeah.
the shadow people.
the shadow. But they need to be like doing work, like setting it up, like
Oh, they're working like dogs.
bringing, you know, mirror from one place to the other, driving people around. But so like, those people, I would say, are the people that are the hidden,
The back office.
the back office.
Yeah.
They don't get the
It's
credit.
like when
The
the
engine.
footballers shout out the kitchen staff
Yeah,
type
yeah,
vibe.
Yeah, it's
Shout out
like
them.
that. It's big shout out to
ground
them.
staff.
Because I think everyone else is like visible face, you know,
Front office.
facing, yeah. But the people at the back, no recognition, you know, no love. So
They're the real ones, you know. Without them, I reckon a lot of it falls apart.
it actually does fall apart. But on the day, honestly, you don't feel stressed. So, you know, Sen, I know you're planning a wedding right now, so you can. The wedding planning is.
Thinking about planning a wedding.
Yeah, what do they say? Measure twice, cut once. You know? Actually, speaking of, I was hearing a story yesterday. So, like, one of my friends was going to Vietnam, and Australia, you need like a visa in Vietnam, and it takes only 2 to 3 weeks to process, right? He just assumed that you can rock up to Vietnam willy-nilly. Like, you just get a visa on arrival type situation, right? So 4 days before, he realizes, like 6 days before, like a week before, he realizes, I need a visa, and it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks
Is
to
this the
show up.
Maxi Bond man?
This is the Maxi Bond man.
Yeah.
Okay, so he realizes that it takes 2 to 3 weeks for a visa to show up, right?
Yeah.
He's leaving in a week. So that's major problems. And so he's like, he said, the first 2 days I didn't do anything. I just spent time thinking about what to do.
Good.
Burnt 2 days there.
He's just burnt 2 days. He's like, yeah, I just had to think about my options. Like, his instinct wasn't like to apply for the visa, you know, pray for the best and then figure out a solution. He's like, yeah, we sit down and we have a think. And then apparently there's some lady on Reddit whose name is Emily, who you can pay a bit of money to.
An extortion amount of money.
Yeah, and then she's like, she probably works for the immigration
And then
office,
she
and she
fast-tracks
like, you know, funnels you in. So it actually worked out in the end. That's problem solving. And then the wedding finished, and then I'm off to the honeymoon, Borneo. Honestly, there was like no real yarns from Borneo. Like, I've never actually had a holiday where it was
No accommodation problems? No trip.com problems?
no trip. Actually, no. The only problem was the Grab. There was a Grab problem. So like, we rock up, call a Grab to go somewhere, right? And you know how, like, you know, rideshare drivers are usually like on the phone to their family, like they have like an earphone in, and they're like calling all the time, right? No issues with that, no dramas, right? This Grab driver, he was deaf. So he is talking to his wife on FaceTime, but he's signing while he's driving.
This can't be real.
It is 100%
No
real.
way.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. So he's talking to his wife, and suddenly all like he's doing this Naruto stuff. I'm looking, and then I look at my app, he's like, he's deaf. I'm like, oh, that's fine. But why is he talking to his wife on FaceTime while he's driving?
The number one thing in Southeast Asia, your number one tool when driving is the horn, right? How is this guy surviving driving around there without being able to hear other people, like other cars?
Malaysia is not chaotic. Malaysia, the road, people are on the lanes, which is okay.
Okay.
But his eyes are not focused on the road. His eyes are focused on his beautiful wife.
His
back at
hands
home.
aren't focused on the road either, mate.
Well, he was actually doing like a one-hand situation. It was actually kind of
one-hand
impressive.
Are you sure he just wasn't taking the mic?
No, because I looked at my app because I saw him doing this. I was like, oh, he must be deaf. But I was like getting a bit worried. He's like swerving a little bit, right? Then I look on my app and it says like this rider is hard of hearing / deaf.
Wow.
I'm like, okay,
That's fine.
that's fine. Like, you know, you can be deaf and drive, like no dramas. But the signing is where I got a bit, you know, the heart was in the stomach a bit. And then the only other yarn was like we were at a plane and we happened to get like a emergency exit row. Except I think like
Poor man's first class.
Exactly. And they have like there's I think there's 2 rows of emergency exit, or maybe 4 rows, 2 rows on each side.
Yeah.
Right. And so we were the only ones in the emergency exit row, and there was these 2 like kind of tallish blokes, and they had asked very politely to the air hostess, being like, "Hey, can we also sit in the emergency rows because there was plenty of space?" And she like looks them and she's like, "Yeah, no dramas, whatever." Right. Except other people on the flight had realized that these people had asked to go to the emergency exit row. And so this like kind of much larger lady kind of just like trundles her way up and is like, oh, can I also sit in the emergency exit row? And the flight attendant just looks at her in disgust and is like, and literally just told her like, no, you have to be fit to sit in the emergency exit row. I'm like, oh my God. They don't muck around in Asia, bro.
Yeah, it's not wrong. It's not wrong.
I know, but I just couldn't believe, I couldn't believe the veracity at which she said it. So aggressive.
The profiling.
The massive profiling.
How did she take it?
As in only one way. Had to go trundling back.
Trundle's a crazy word.
Well, she was waddling up and then trundling back,
Crazy from her to even ask.
Really?
Maybe first time flying then.
I didn't actually know you had to be like a specimen.
Yeah, you have to be fit and able to help in the case of an emergency.
You're not listening when they come up to you while everyone's boarding and give you a little rundown of
didn't they give you the rundown?
No, they did.
Yeah.
But like, as in, all they said is like, hey, if the plane's going down or whatever, just pull this lever and get the hell out of there. That's basically your job.
Yeah, they looked at the size of it and said she'll probably get stuck in the door or something.
But yeah, I didn't realize the fit and able thing, because the fit and able thing, it feels like a very low bar to just like open that, glass thing and pull the lever and then open the door and off you go.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, this chick, poor lady just got sent home, had to shamefully walk back. And that actually scared everyone else from asking. It's like, send a message to the rest of the flight. But and then now we're back.
All in all, Ro, married life, anything change? All the same?
Well, moving in with Cindy's been a change, but like at the moment it's like fun, you're at the fun stage where I'm like, super happy to clean the dishes, mate, love going grocery shopping.
Heard you're becoming a chef.
Yeah, exactly. Got to start, actually cooking.
What are you cooking?
Well, dude, I'm just on TikTok looking for any recipes, any recipes.
Pretty standard.
Yeah, but actually, I'll shout out this app. Actually, it's called ReciMe. Beautiful app. You can import
I've seen a million ads for this app. Is it good?
Dude, it's really good.
What do you do?
So you copy the link of let's say a TikTok video that you found.
Yeah.
And you just copy the link and you can import the video into the app, and then it uses AI and extracts the ingredients and the steps and whatever they've said.
Does it work well?
It works very
Seamless.
well, very, very well.
This week's episode is brought to you.
But the thing is, I think you get 3 imports a week or something like that before you have to pay.
So how much is the
3 imports a week?
I don't know what the pay
Surely
version
Chatty
is.
G can do the same thing.
But
surely.
As in
Analyze a video?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, sure. Maybe
I've tried that with YouTube videos, but all it does is it looks at the transcript, the actual words, and pulls out words from there.
No, I'm sure this is what that's doing as well.
Yeah,
but then it makes a grocery list for you. You can tap it off. It gives you the steps. You can save it into all these folders. Very neat app. Australian founders as well. So shout out.
So have you actually used it to cook anything?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've used it. So I don't know, the protein pastas and this and that.
Wow.
So that's been interesting. Not the cooking part, but
husband.
Yeah, and because he's a doctor, so I'm actually doing
majority of
majority because I'm working from home, right?
Yeah.
So clock off the laptop, close the laptop, and suddenly put the chef's apron on. You know what I'm saying? Job done. But
Cindy, rate your cooking?
I think I'm improved. I don't think I'm amazing, Michelin star, but I'm serviceable.
I don't think anyone.
No one assumed you were Michelin star, brother.
I think I'm serviceable,
edible.
As in, I know what flavors work together. Chuck a bit of a lot of Asian
barbecue sauce.
No. Cindy's anti-barbecue sauce.
Oh,
so
just a lot of soy sauce.
Oyster sauce.
You said Asian flavors.
Oh yeah, a lot of Asian flavors.
Yeah,
but that's what it's changed. It's been fun. I feel like I'm very much in the honeymoon phase of being married. We'll see how long this lasts.
We'll see. Anyway, speaking of fun, what was potentially could be fun was our Thursday football grand final we've been talking about. So you came back just in time.
Just in time, yeah. Missed the semis. Just
missed about half the season. Decided to mosey in on the final. Came Thursday at a gentleman's 5 p.m. I look outside, dark clouds. And my God, did it start pouring down early on. And I'm getting messages from some of the boys being like, is it on? Have we heard anything? And I'm a delegate and I've heard absolutely niche from this competition. So I'm assuming it's going on. And I get a video from Glade, from where he lives, bucketing down, absolutely torrential bucking down. And where I'm at the moment is right near the field. I'm seeing 0 rain outside. And he's saying it's starting to storm. Again, I'm seeing nothing outside. So I'm thinking the storm is coming, as Ruben Amorim once said. But I'm like, I've heard nothing. It's not raining at the moment. We play on right now. So I tell the boys, assume it's on. So the game was what? 7:40? We're up to the ground, 7:20. I pull up in my car, and from the car park, you can see there's 4 fields. You can see 4 fields. I see zero action on the fields. I see bare nothing, just grass. So I rock up. I think you were already there, Ro. And another guy was there, and he went to the admins of the comp and reported back and said, they've cancelled the games prior. And I'm thinking, could have called and told me this. Let me know, because the boys are making a drive out. But what actually did happen was, so we saw on the side that there was the teams that were playing prior, it started raining, but then also started thunder and lightning. And thunder and lightning is when they potentially call it off. And I see these teams cowering in some shelter. Probably they were waiting for the games to start. And then after a good half hour of not knowing what was going on, we're back on. So it's bucketing down. And we play our final and
against podcast fans, no less.
Yeah,
this is the worst part of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You go there, you play against some people who love you, and they just diddle you.
We didn't get diddled, but we did. No victory came out of that.
3-2 loss.
3-2 loss. Scored on both ends.
Migs scored 2 goals.
2 great goals.
One for 2 actually great
Very
goals.
good goals.
One for our team, one for the other team.
So we lost 3-2 and couldn't run it back to back.
It would have been nice to win Div 3, win Div 2, and then win Div 1. It would have been
destroyed in Div 1.
It would have been a great story. But alas, we run it back next season, I suppose. But I wasn't too disappointed. Like, to be honest, we were playing in the absolute rain. Like, it was actually torrid conditions.
It was
like
disgusting conditions.
You're just standing there and you're just wet. Like, I couldn't even see anything because there's that much rain. Like, poor spectators, they've come to watch. Maybe the worst night of their lives.
Shout out to them for rocking up anyway in the first place.
It was just terrible. Like, there was people who had no affiliation really to the team who rocked up in suits.
Triple cheese.
After the game. Yeah. Why are you there?
I think that was Blade's first thing when he walked up. He's like, why are you here, bro? Valid question.
But the game was good. Game was good.
It was fine.
But sometimes you don't take home the chocolates.
It was it wasn't like we were playing our mate from the previous week's Senny, big Enrique. It was a loss I could take.
Is that his actual name?
Yes, we did not change his name, is what I realized after. And we said it a lot.
Game's a game. Game's a game. We lost. It is what it is. We move.
This thing happened last week where this research company put out a piece on Substack, no less. So it's like a little known research company, and they put out a piece on Substack, like basically playing out a scenario in a few years' time where AI gets to a point where productivity gets so good that they replace like high earning white collar jobs. And then because of weakening demand and slowing growth, companies then invest more into AI, cutting more jobs. And it's like a negative feedback loop. And they run a scenario where like unemployment's at 10%, blah, 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 blah. And the whole piece was just about how AI was not going to replace all jobs, but it was just going to force like people to become unemployed, like the top earners in the country to become unemployed. This was on Substack. Within 24 hours, 28 million people had read it. A lot of people in finance, and that caused like a 1% drop off in the S&P and the NASDAQ. And like IBM lost 13% in a day. DoorDash lost 6%, all because of this one article. My question to you guys is, why don't we do something similar? We come up with some sort of bullshit ass, dystopian future. We write an article. We have a following. We cause like a market, a slight, drawdown, and then we just buy the dip, and then it recovers. Is this not just market manipulation?
Well, I don't know, because
some will say, and I'm not advocating for it.
But is it actually a dystopian situation? Because, like, for example, Block, who owns Square, Cash App, Afterpay, they just laid off like 4,000 people.
Was that like a third or half?
Yeah, like 40%. So it went from 10,000 to 6,000 employees.
Jesus. Well, WiseTech here in Australia did something similar. They said they were going to cut 2,000 of their 6,000 or 7,000.
Yeah, so realistically, like, I don't know how dystopian this article is. Like, it sounds like it's
I don't think we can just make something up and it'll cause a dip, man. We need a valid,
strong
something
thesis.
valid.
Well, the thing is, like, I think I don't know. I don't know about your companies at least, but everyone in like the tech field is like encouraged to use AI as much as possible.
Oh, mate, they're pushing it in my company. You use AI every day. 5 days, like literally every day you have to use AI somehow.
So
I don't know how they're policing
How do they
this.
track that?
I don't know.
We have we got access to like this thing called Claude Cowork.
Mate.
Have you heard of this?
Of course.
Do you use it?
No, but have you not? So like in the last couple, so Claude, they came out with their newest update or whatever a couple of weeks ago. And ever since then, like half the software stocks have sold off massively.
Right.
Like your Salesforce, Atlassian, on the fear that Claude can basically give you a code that's equivalent to the software that these guys sell you.
Yeah.
So why would you buy software from these guys when you can build it
Make it
in-house
yourself.
for a fraction of the price?
Yeah.
So you guys have access to that now.
So we have Claude Cowork, which is like basically like a AI agent. This is like the buzzwords that's been throwing around, like agents, right? So what you can do is like previously with ChatGPT, like what the workflow is like you kind of ask it questions and then like synthesize all this information and then you take it back and then you put it into a doc or a slideshow or whatever. It was very like manual process, right?
Yeah.
With like Claude Cowork and like, I think OpenAI has one as well called Codex or something like that, is like the AI will do everything end to end. So I will say, hey, I want like, here's some information. It now, but not even here's some information. Here's the file on my computer. So basically, let's say you have a folder and has like an Excel doc and whatever with all your formulas and spreadsheets. You can give it access to your local computer. It'll read all that, ingest it, and then create another doc with the information and then save it to your computer as well. So like you're hands off, like completely hands free. So you don't have to do any like, taking from one place to another. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it reads the information of the spreadsheet. Let's say it wants to make a PowerPoint. It'll make the PowerPoint for you and then save it to your files as well.
With one click.
With one click. And the thing, it'll ask you like some follow-up questions. Be like, hey, I found this. Like, do you want it in, a PowerPoint format or do you want it somewhere else? And so like you can kind of connect this Cowork thing to like your Slack and your Jira. So like you can make tickets. It can read context from your organization with the messages. Like it can do everything.
So ingest stuff off Slack and like
everywhere. Everything you connect to it. Yeah, everything.
So what's the purpose of you now?
So
bro?
yeah.
What's your purpose?
Well, you still have
Great
to
question.
direct it. You still have to direct it.
For now. And then eventually.
You train it so good that
Yeah, it doesn't need any
it's
direction.
you, bro. Damn.
And so like that's where we're at the moment. Also, like for example, like I'm a product manager. So one of the like my thing is like, hey, I have to come up with like A/B testing ideas, for instance, right? Previously, what I would do is like the whole product process is like you come up with like these things called wireframes, which is like, low fidelity sketches of designs being like, hey, we should, change this button color or whatever, right? Now we're scrapping this whole like designing process. I'm like vibe coding apps. Like you can just like prompt like, hey, I want like, here's my design system. Like here's what the app looks like. I want to change the button, to be green instead of blue. And then you can fully like build an app with functionality where people can like click into these prototypes and play around with it rather than just seeing like static designs. Like that's where I'm at with this, AI journey. You know what I mean? Like
That's insane.
like almost
So like anyone can build an app now at this point.
like anyone can build an app. Like you in plain English could build like, and like, this is why Salesforce and stuff are dropping. Anyone can build an app and so specific to their organization, right? The reason why Salesforce wins is because they come in with this software, which is very customizable. So at your company, Salesforce looks different to your company. And so like their whole thing is they have all these people who will like custom build software to your business. But now you can build that custom software yourself. And so you don't need Salesforce. You can have your own internal tool.
The argument I'm hearing is like Salesforce, Atlassian, they're not, it's not just one product they're offering you. They have a suite. They have a whole ecosystem that they kind of get you into. So to get out of that and then get into like your own inbuilt, proprietary software that you have is so expensive. And so there's so much friction in it. So that's why there's a lot of arguments like this is like what you're seeing is like not realistic because companies aren't just going to drop, your massive Atlassian suite and build it in-house because like that could take years to then migrate over to the new systems.
But surely
Or do
that's
you
what
not
they
agree with
said
that?
back in the day about paper to computers.
Yeah.
The whole company's now on bank, whatever, or on all these paper ledgers, whatever. Man, it's going to cost so much and so much, resource to put that into computer systems. But you bite the bullet and you're sorted.
Or the other thing I read was maybe Salesforce Atlassian they're going to see that, AI is taking over other companies. Why wouldn't they do the same within in-house? So like you might get rid of half your developers and just use Claude to build your own software and then continue.
Yeah, you will
so
do
then
that.
you can sell it to customers for cheaper. So then really now it's potentially cheaper to go with Salesforce than building it internally because they've gotten rid of half their workforce. So now it's cheaper for them to like pump out the software.
Yeah, there's lots of you can see where it's trending in the general direction. Like maybe it's not going to happen now, but like I don't think there's any way to stop it. So like this whole like the article, back to your article, like this dystopian future, dude, I don't think it's like that dystopian. Like I'm literally seeing in real time like knowledge work just being like made useless.
Yeah.
Like completely useless. It's actually wild. Anyways, not to be all doom and gloom or whatever, but stay vigilant, my dear friends. I got to say.
Well, Mary, if you're working at Salesforce or something like that, mate, be aware.
But as well, because last year we had like this guy who's like kind of like a macro market specialist and strategist. So his whole thing is like meant to look forward, looking into markets and kind of predict what's going to happen. And he came to talk to us, and the main thing I took away from it is he looked at like most people in the room are like in their 20s and 30s, and he basically just said, "You guys are all fucked." He's like, I think he called us the sacrificial generation. He's like, I have kids your age, and I've told them they're never going to be as successful as me. He's like, basically, because you're in that generation where AI is basically going to take us over, but we're not at the point where AI, we haven't learned to fully live with AI yet, where we can find a balance between both. Like right now, we're just going to be cannibalized by the AI. And maybe 20, 30 years from now, there might be more of a balance. But right now, you're all fucked.
Tough luck.
Yeah, like I walked out of that meeting. I'm like, well, that was fucking depressing. But now, that was like, what, 6-7 months ago. And now you're saying it's, well,
junior developers.
We're halfway there down the track, apparently.
Junior developers don't have a role. Like there's like no one's really hiring for that many junior devs anymore because like you get so much productivity outside. But there's also the argument to be made that's realistically like let's say you can do like, 10 projects, right, with your current workforce. And AI like lets you do 20 projects, for instance. It doesn't really make, like companies don't really cut down to stay this at the same level. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they can cut it to half your force to do 10 projects. They can cut half the company to do the same amount of projects, but really don't they want to grow?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like all these layoffs, I feel like are just like getting rid of all this dead weight to then restructure your organization, rehire in a way that is like an AI
that's the problem.
forward.
They're not rehiring.
I think they will though.
You reckon?
As in because like what I said, like, if I'm a company right now with 10 people, I can do 10 projects. With AI, with 10 people, I can do 20 projects.
Yeah.
So why would I not just keep the same number of people and then go and, venture into people?
But won't AI get to the point where I won't need 10 people to do 20? I can just use it with 5 people and still do 20, 30? Like as AI gets better and better?
Yeah, but then.
So then I'm just going to cut. I don't need all these salaries. Why am I paying all these wages?
Yeah, look at the P&L, mate. The salaries are the biggest cost in a business.
Sacrificial generation, huh?
Sacrificial generation.
Right, game's a game.
Alrighty, as aforementioned, we have some quizzes today about some files that have been released over the past few weeks and months. So I will kick us off. I've taken one subsect. The files I'm talking about are Kevin Durant's burner account. So for those that don't know, Kevin Durant, big basketball player. But he's one of the, probably one of the greatest basketball players of all time. But he just loves Twitter.
He's a bitch.
He loves, Katie, I'm sorry. He loves going on Twitter and just replying to the trolls.
Right.
Like, let's say Sen goes on Twitter, says, Katie, you're shit. You can't, I don't know, you don't have a 3-point shot. He'll go on, I have a 3-point, blah, blah, blah. He'll come back at you. Right?
He's thin-skinned.
He's very thin-skinned.
So he's actually engaging with haters?
Yeah.
Hella.
Big time.
That's like rule number 1 of PR,
I know.
Let him go, yeah.
So he's engaging.
He uses burner accounts though.
So
okay.
Years and years and years ago, he was, I think, alleged to have people have found burner accounts of him. But I think nothing really came of that. A few weeks ago, some group chats were leaked with, again, allegedly his burner account, right? So in these group chats, I realized they're not even his close friends. They're just other trolls that he has been affiliated with for a very long time.
So he's in, okay.
So there are these trolls that he thinks are his boys.
Yeah.
He created just a group chat with them. And now Katie's shitting on any player in this group chat.
Right. On a burner account.
On a burner account. Get off my Dickerson is the
name of the
the handle of the of his burner account.
Oh, right.
So in this group chat, there have been some leaked messages where he's just flaming teammates, flaming past and present, which is, controversial. And it is very likely to be legit and real.
Okay.
Because this leaked on the day of the All-Star game, and the footage of him at the All-Star game,
he's
when
stressed out.
The boys are warming up, he's on his phone stressed out.
Because his group chat's getting leaked.
Because he's checking, he's probably refreshing Twitter. and seeing leaks
Yeah,
all
one
over.
of my friends told me that if I DM Kevin Durant and send him a hate message, there's like a non-zero chance he'll reply.
Yeah.
Like,
I reckon he would.
yeah,
If you said something crazy.
he just give you little Twitter fingers over there. All right, so what's the game?
All right, so the game is I have related to the log. I've gone into AI, not Claude, but Chatty G, and I've fed the AI all of these burner tweets plus his whole Twitter account to understand the vernacular of Kevin Durant. And I will read out some tweets, and I want you to tell me if you think they're real or fake.
Okay.
All right, first one. Since Michael Jordan punched Steve Kerr in the face, he doesn't fuck with dark skins.
So you say, okay, so is this a Kevin Durant tweet? Or
Is it a
this
real
not?
or fake Kevin Durant burner account tweet / message?
So what was the tweet again? Sorry, now I've understood the game.
Since Michael Jordan punched Kerr in the face, he don't fuck with dark skins.
Nah, there's no way.
So he's basically saying, I didn't understand.
He's
this
saying
tweet.
that
So
Steve Kerr doesn't fuck with dark skins
I understood.
ever since Jordan punched him in the face. Steve Kerr was the coach of the Warriors, or is the coach of the Warriors.
Yeah.
He was a vital, he was a squad player in the
The Chicago Bulls.
I
Big
too have
Bulls,
seen
everyone
the
knows.
The
Jordan
Last Dance.
documentary. Yeah.
So good.
I think that's a real tweet.
You reckon that's real?
That's a burner.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think that's
Because
real.
you're saying he's flaming past and current
Yeah.
people. So Steve Kerr's getting it.
What are we saying?
Real?
I'm saying it's fake.
It's a real
Damn.
tweet. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's actually crazy.
Given Steve Kerr has coached many, I'm not going to even use, I don't want to use the word that he used. What did he call them? Dark skins.
Dark skins. You don't
Yeah.
fuck with dark skins as well.
He's got so many that he's coached.
So KD is basically saying that Steve Kerr's a racist.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, essentially.
See you later.
All right, next one. The media loves Steph because he's the nice guy, but they don't want to talk about who was really hitting the daggers in the finals. Gravity don't win rings, buckets do.
Nah, that sounds like AI.
I like the lingo. Yeah, it sounds like AI though. It sounds like the format, like gravity don't hit rings.
Yeah. But doesn't
daggers
sound
do or
good enough
whatever.
for Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
So.
AI.
It is AI. Next one. I just dropped my blunt. Somebody just fucked one of my women. Damn. Oh well.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this seems another KD tweet. Like
You reckon?
AI coming up with that, like that's just so like unhinged, so random. Like
But also, I thought he only tweeted about like basketballs. This is just
Mate.
life things now. It's a
Crazy.
stream of consciousnness. Yeah, we'll say it's real.
do they
KD.
not drug test?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought they did pretty heavily.
All right.
Anyway, we'll say real.
It is real.
Mm.
Next one. James Harden is a legend, but he's slightly delusional if you think he can pound the rock for 20 seconds and win a chip at 35.
I remember reading this, and I think he did have a go at James Harden, but I don't know if it was that. He definitely
Pound the rock for 20 minutes.
Yeah, what? Pound the rock for what?
20 seconds. You know how James Harden
He
just holds onto the ball?
Yeah.
Now he's trying to ring chase?
That
sounds legit to me.
That actually does sound legit to me.
Yeah, if I don't like James Harden, like I'm firing that out.
But I feel like I would be saying more aggressive things about James Harden, but maybe he actually likes him. So we'll say it's real.
It's fake. The AI has gotten you. All right, next one. Kyrie wasn't trying to compete against me, but the triple-double cocaine bear was.
Yeah. This one's real. I've seen this one.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
talking about Russell Westbrook is the triple-double cocaine bear is who he's talking about.
Yeah, but what does Cocaine Bear have to do with anything?
So, because they were teammates.
Right.
So he's saying Kyrie wasn't trying to compete with KD when they were on the same team.
Yeah,
Like they were trying to work together. And I think Kyrie was saying that KD was like the main man.
right,
But when him and Westbrook were playing together, they were trying to compete.
right.
So it's a dig at Westbrook.
All right, real.
It is real. Triple-double cocaine bear, bro. That's crazy.
That is pretty funny.
The lingo
Poetic.
is, the lingo is quite good, actually.
You reckon he's doing it on purpose to try and like you reckon he actually talks like that, or you reckon he's spicing it up a bit?
I don't know. I think he does talk like that because like, I know in cricket, like there's certain vernacular that you will use,
Yeah.
like IRL. And if I was on the tweets, like I would be using the same sort of lingo. So I think
Yeah,
this is
okay.
legit, like how they talk.
So no filter. This is genuinely his.
What he says.
Next one. The whole industry versus one man. Y'all was supposed to be up 100 points by now. Jealousy and envy won't stop the show, Crody. I don't even know what that
I
means.
don't know what the context even
I'm
is
really
there.
struggling to follow these tweets. Like, is it just me or like?
Well, this one I have no idea. I don't know what the context is.
But I think it's legit as well.
You think it's legit?
Crody.
I think no, that's not a made up word.
Grody.
I'm gonna say that's fake.
It's real.
What
It's
the hell is
real.
he talking about?
He's just teeing off at anyone and everyone. Alrighty. Next one. Draymond talk a lot for a guy that can't buy a bucket without a screen from a generational scorer.
I remember he definitely had a crack at Draymond, but again, I don't know if this was the tweet. I feel like he would have been more meaner to Draymond. I feel like he didn't like Draymond.
This feels fake to me. This is like
There's a part 2 to this tweet.
Oh, okay.
He lucky he played with shooters or he'd be a role player in Europe right now.
If this is AI is kind of funny.
Yeah, I think it's AI.
I'll go. It's real.
It's AI, man. It's AI.
No, because you can tell because the AI is like coherent. Like, you know, I can understand the tweet.
That's
Like, you know what I mean?
That's a
Like,
good point. That's a good point.
his
That is
actual
true.
tweets are like, you just don't.
You
I
have to
can't.
decipher it.
There's no rhyme or reason. You know, there's some
True.
structure here.
Next one. He didn't like the organization or playing for Billy Donovan. His roster wasn't that good. It was just me and Russ.
So give
Again,
me,
this one is more coherent.
but give me what's it referring to? Like, I don't understand.
Billy Donovan was their
Coach of the
when
OKC.
Russell Westbrook and Durant played at OKC.
This is around 2016, 2015, 16, 17, that era.
Essentially, the tweet saying, the team was shit.
Yeah.
The coach was shit. It's just me and Russell Westbrook, baby.
That's it. He's praising Russell actually this time, which is why I think it's AI again.
No, I think he's a bit bipolar, so I'll say this is real.
It's real. This one is real. All right, I'll do 2 more. Next one. I started holding Steph accountable in film and fellas looked at me like this.
AI. You reckon AI is dropping the N-word?
This one I know is real. I've seen this one.
Yeah,
Because this
yeah.
is the one that went viral.
So say it again without the slur.
Just call
I
them
didn't say
brothers.
this for the first time, mate.
Call them brothers.
I started holding Steph accountable in film and brothers looked at me like this and then image.
It's a pretty funny image as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is real.
Of course it's real. AI's not dropping the N-word.
Yeah, that
like,
is
you know
true.
what I
That
mean?
is. Yeah, actually, no, it can't.
No
It literally
way,
can't.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next. Good. It was real. Last one. I really got to laugh when people talk about bus drivers. You really think the best scorer in history is just sitting in the back?
So who's you referring to here?
LeBron.
No, so Charles Barkley once called Kevin Durant. He's not the bus driver. He just sits on the bus because he's not the leader
of the
that
team.
wins in these championship winning teams. He's just a guy that's chilling at the back, letting Steph Curry carry his team. But when Kevin Durant tries to go on his own team,
No good.
no good.
Interesting.
This seems real to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Would AI have context of that?
Probably. But
I reckon. Yeah, I would say it's real as well.
What are you saying?
I say it's real.
It's AI, boys. It's AI, mate. There's a lot of tweets that it analyzed to get the lingo of Kevin Durant.
Is this not like a career limiting move by Kevin Durant?
I think his career is pretty much already at its end. So.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So
He's probably like top, was it 15 scorers of all time?
no, I know.
He's the greatest Olympian, like basketball Olympian. He's got like 4 gold medals.
But just imagine the vibe in the locker room. Like,
Oh yeah, I mean, but I think that's always been known that.
Wait, did you see the
Right.
first Houston Rockets game where he plays right after these came out? He's
Yeah.
full dapping everyone up like on the field, on the court after they do something good. It's
Because he talks
crazy.
shit about what's his name? Sengun, is that his name?
Sengun
Yeah.
and Jabari Smith.
Yeah, he's full talking shit about those guys who are on his team.
really?
Yeah, he was just saying that
He's
like,
a
he's
toxic
like they're
guy.
good players, but they're nothing special. Like,
He's just toxic.
yeah, he's just very toxic, and that's been known for a while. I feel
Okay.
that he's a toxic presence in the dressing room. So this won't change anything. I feel,
Okay.
and people have also known that. I feel like there's always been rumors that he's been like had like burner accounts.
Yeah.
So again, this doesn't. I feel like this. Well, none of this will really change anything.
Damn. All right. So we've done the KD files. Sen, what do you got?
Mine is the Epstein files. And originally it was going to be, is this person in or out? But most of the people I looked up actually are in the files. So I want to clarify, when I say they're in the files, their name has been mentioned. And a lot of the times it's just some random news article that's just been collected as part of the evidence. So when we say these people are in the file, we're not saying they've done anything wrong or anything like that. It's just they've unfortunately been mentioned in some article that happens to be also connected to Epstein evidence in some way.
Yeah. Okay. Understood.
So now the game is how many times have they been mentioned?
Okay.
So I've got a long list. So where can we start? We'll start with an easy one.
One quick anecdote. There's a viral like sales email template that's going around.
Yeah, see, that's hilarious.
Where the subject line is "Your name is in the Epstein files" to try and get the open rates up.
I'm opening that email, to be honest.
100% I'm opening up the email.
Terrifying.
But am I buying the software? Maybe not.
Not a chance.
Maybe not.
All right.
All right, let's go.
All right. We'll just go closest to. How many times does Donald Trump's name come up in the Epstein files?
I think he's been in there 37,000 times. I think I've read this somewhere.
What has Trump been saying about his relations? What's he claiming now? That they were friends? They weren't friends?
He said he's been exonerated. So he says that they were friends, but he never did anything wrong. And that he despises the guy.
Hates him.
The first saying 37,000. He says he's read it somewhere.
I want to clarify that this is based on the DOJ Epstein library file. So you just go in, you type in a name, and it just tells you how many times it hits.
Okay.
So it might not be the same as the sources you've seen.
Sure.
36999.
Yes, technically, Manu is closer. This one only pings 1,750 times on Donald Trump's name.
Wait, what am I reading?
But I've also read that as well, so I don't know what the discrepancy is. But this is the official DOJ website.
Yeah, because DOJ is coming from the big man himself.
Yeah,
man.
that is true. They're probably removing files as we speak.
Well, we should do like a top 10 list. Like, who are the top 10 people most mentioned in the Epstein files? Would he be number one?
He's definitely up there. All right, next up we have Jesus. How many times is Jesus mentioned in the Epstein files?
All right, Jesus. Are they religious people?
Because it's a word you just use in passing as well. You know what I mean? It's like more than the Don.
Like, nah, no way. How many times you type in Jesus in your
But
emails?
Don, you're not mentioning Don in passing.
No, yeah, Trump is like, hey, Donnie Trump. You're like writing those out. Jesus is like, using it as like kind of like a throwaway comment. So I'm saying like 600. Oh, no, sorry, almost like 80.
1,000.
Ro is closer. It's 478.
Okay, all right. That seems like more than I would expect though. You know what I mean?
All right, next we move on to Taylor Swift. How many times is Taylor Swift mentioned in the Epstein files?
This
T Swizzy. That's like 100. That's like 140.
Surely, like 15.
140.
Migs is closer. 71 times.
71 times?
Yeah.
How many times do you reckon you've been mentioned in like my emails, for instance?
I hope less than 5.
How many emails you writing?
Your work emails would be 0.
I don't send any work emails.
What?
Yeah, I haven't sent an email.
No, but emails for these boomers are messages for us, right?
Yeah, have you seen the way that he was typing?
Do they write?
Like it's
So then change the question. How many times have you mentioned sending your texts?
true. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
Could be a lot. All right, next up we have Oprah. How many times does Oprah show up in the Epstein files?
I think Oprah is like in and amongst the cronies.
Mm.
Give me 200.
Yeah, I'm thinking like it's maybe like a 98.
Manu's close again. It's 155. All right. Now we got a few more gnarlier ones. David Attenborough. How many times does he show up in the Epstein files?
Is he in the files?
Yeah, Jeffrey probably loves a Attenborough documentary. He's well, have you seen, Nature's Earth or whatever? So I think it's like this must be like a 30 times situation.
30.
5.
Bang, spot on 5 times.
I don't know if I'm.
That's bravo. That's excellent.
I don't know if I'm glad to be
Dude,
good at
this
this
guy's
game
so
or not.
locked in with the. Okay, all right.
All right, next up, Steve Irwin.
Oh, this must be like a
Steve.
like a 1.
10.
Spot on 1.
Yeah.
And this one is an actual email as well that he was writing to someone. Or someone was writing to someone else with like, oh, we were cracking up watching Steve Irwin.
Right. Okay.
Like where the others are like articles, this one's the genuine. They've mentioned him word for word in the email itself. Rest in peace. All right, next up, Winnie the Pooh. How many times does Winnie the Pooh show up?
No, what could possibly like? Yeah, this is another handful. Like 3.
I'm thinking 50.
It's only 9. Relax. All right, what about sports people? How many times does Virat Kohli come up in the Epstein files?
He's in there. Damn.
How many times?
Is this a oneer?
I think, yeah, maybe like a 1 or like a 3er. You know what I mean? Like it's a low number for sure. There's no way. If he tells you like 1,000, like, that'd be crazy. I got like 3.
8.
Ro's right. It was 0 times. Virat not in the files.
Good.
Good. All right. Anthony Albanese. How many times does he get pinged in there?
Is he in there?
Yeah, he's in there.
So remind me again what this news article business is.
So they gathered all the evidence. So there's 3 million files
Sure.
across various different, sources. And then they've chucked it all into the interweb, and then you can just type in a name and it just pings how many times they show up in the different evidence. So some evidence, like I say, are just articles.
So we're
Like
saying
that, nothing
articles
to
that
do-
are like saved on a
Yeah,
computer
correct.
that was taken or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, so how, the question
So
is...
far, the only one really, Steve Irwin is the only one that was actually written in an email between someone and someone else. All the others are going to be just articles that have pinged.
Well, Donald Trump is... But
Oh, yeah, sorry. Donald Trump is. Yeah, I didn't go through all 1,750 to verify.
Okay, so Anthony Albanese, I think he's got some pulse on Australian politics, so it'll be like a 20.
30.
8.
8.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
What about Nathan Cleary?
The
How many times does
Penrith
Nathan
superstar.
Cleary show up in the Epstein files?
NRL fans, we have... This has got to be a 0.
1.
You're right, it is 0.
Yeah.
All right, what about LeBron James? How many times does he rock up?
LBJ, very hard to know now with the article rule. Maybe like 10?
15.
Oh, Ro, just 12 times.
Bang.
What about P. Diddy? How many times does P. Diddy show up?
P. Diddy.
P. Diddy?
I feel like they're working different.
Yeah, spheres.
The news, P. Diddy's in the news. Is there music in these files? I don't know.
Maybe like 12?
12.
10.
Ro's right, 13 times.
13, yeah.
All right, last 2. The Wiggles. How many times did the Wiggles show up?
No. That's
Now we're getting in.
That's got to be 0.
Nah, I'm
The
going to go.
Wiggles.
You're going to go 0. I'm going to go 1.
2 times.
2 times
the
the
Wiggles
Wiggles?
have pinged in there. And I think they might have been from memory actual emails as well.
Really?
Yeah, I think so, but don't quote me on
That's a
that.
bit diabolical.
And the final one, Elmo. How many times does Elmo show up in the Epstein files? And whatever it is, it's more than you think.
35.
40.
It's 30.
Yeah, that is... Wow, that's diabolical. All right, so we have 2 files. Did I win that or did you win that, Mix?
No, Ro won the Epstein one, unfortunately, or fortunately.
Damn it.
Alrighty, that brings us to the end of this week's episode. Your first one as a married man, Ro. Wow. Does that change your perspective on your podcasting? How does that affect your podcasting, you reckon?
I probably shouldn't be talking about Jeffrey Epstein. You know what I mean? You think you're mature, but nah, still the same.
Yeah, I just want to clarify. We're not joking about the crimes. Like, obviously,
it's
we
an
know
information exchange. We are
Exactly.
here presenting information to you, the
But
listener.
removing the context, just hearing Elmo appears in the Epstein files 30 times is objectively hilarious. I don't care who you are. But obviously, like I said, we're not making fun of the crimes. You can catch all of our previous episodes on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Actually, no, did you see the just on that the Arsenal fan TV guy who talks about
No, I haven't.
there's a clip of him where he's like ranting after what was their last result? They lost. No, they drew to Wolves.
Yes.
And then he's in his car ranting after the result, and he's just like, "Oh, this is a men's game, blah blah blah." And then
Yes, I've
and
seen
then
this. I've
immediately
seen
he's
this.
like, "Oh, but obviously women play it as well, but that's a different thing."
It's a completely different sport. I'm talking about the men's team.
Yeah. And it's just like, I was like, this guy just saved himself from cancellation. That's us right now. We're not joking about the crimes.
No.
Anyway, we'll catch you guys next week.